Do you like lasers, bounty hunters, space pirates, ancient mysterious races, aliens, and dinosaurs? Then you will understand why I love this game and have a feeling of nostalgia every time I think about it. Super Metroid had everything a man could want from a game. As a kid, I loved playing this game because you could always find new hidden items and secret corridors when you went back and replayed it again. The game has a compelling story that opens with the protagonist, Samus Aran, responding to a distress call from a space station holding the last known Metroid. You previously witnessed the Metroid hatch from its egg, and it imprinted on you thinking that you are its mother. What it doesn't know is you tried to wipe out its entire species due to its parasitic tendencies to attach onto people and, drain their life force. Kinda sounds like my last girlfriend. What is important though is that once you're on the station, you discover it was attacked by a dragon-like creature called Ridley. He was actually responsible for destroying your colony along with the space pirates that ended up killing basically everyone you knew along with your parents. So naturally, when he runs away with the Metroid, which is basically your child, you quickly chase after him. This story is quick to draw your attention and just really pull you in and get you engaged in this game. As if the story isn't already amazing, they made a soundtrack that goes along with it that just really begins to push it just beyond this great game into an excellent game and really just amplifies feelings of suspense or victory in certain points of the game. Many of these soundtracks have even been recreated in some other more recent games like Metroid Prime or Super Smash Bros. One of the biggest reasons though that I loved this game was because it forced me not to cheat. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but growing up we had what was called a Game Genie. And what you would do is it would work as a bridge between the cartridge, you'd plug it into there, and then you stick the whole thing into the console. So it kind of worked as a bridge between the two. And you could input cheat codes into it, which would kind of modify the game, usually in your favor. Many of the cheat codes for Super Metroid that I had were faulty and didn't quite work right. So as soon as your character was loaded into the game, they would immediately die. Or in other situations, you would go and be fighting different bosses, and it seemed like you weren't doing any damage, but they weren't doing any damage to you as well, and so you really couldn't progress. There was some kind of glitch that just wouldn't let you move on. So to sum up, the boss fight wouldn't end, leaving you in basically a never-ending stalemate. That's what you get, cheater. So because I couldn't use any of the cheat codes, it forced me to enjoy the game and play it how it was meant to be and how the creators intended it to be played. What also made this game eventful for me was when it revealed that the main character, Samus Aran, is in fact a woman. When this was first revealed in the game, it blew my mind. It was, for me it was as shocking as when Darth Vader reveals to Luke that he is his dad. When you're playing the game, you never see Samus in anything but her armored power suit. So I just assumed it was a guy, because looking at the figure, it looks like a robotic male. This was until I died the first time while playing the game. Upon dying in Super Metroid, Samus' armor explodes, revealing a female figure. Now the younger me, after having my mind blown, thought this was kind of odd and awkward. And that's because I was still at the age where I thought girls had cooties and I was like, ew, gross. So basically, to avoid this situation, I would do anything I could to keep from dying. And so even if it meant I had to go back and kill little minions just to build up my health, I would do that because I was like, oh, I don't want to die, that's weird. Because the game revealed that Samus was a woman, and because of my age, it made me try harder not to die instead of just going, oh, I can save, and if I die, I just go back to the save point. I was like, no, I don't want to die, I want to try and beat the game without having to use the save points. So in conclusion, if you've never played Super Metroid, I highly recommend it. You can do a quick Google internet search and usually find somewhere where you can download it. But if you feel like that's not legal or anything, then you can just buy some of the newer games for the Game Boy. And I think they even did a re-release launch for it on the Wii, so you can try that. But for the Game Boy, they have like Metroid Fusion is another that's very similar game, same play style, and it's just as fun. I enjoyed that game as much as I did this one.